It's Portugal Waterfront Dining, award-winning service and cuisine with a view of the dynamic LA harbor from every seat. For reservations and directions, visit portugaldining.com or call 310-833-3553.
Welcome. We're back with another edition of Living Out Loud. I'm Barbara Venezia. My co-host Rene Horsch and Dr. Jorge Rodriguez are in studio today.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Let's talk sexual dysfunction.
No. I just can't get up for talking about that.
It's like, when I was a kid,
It's not funny,
people
actually.
didn't talk about this stuff until very recently.
Yeah.
You just
Since
kind of...
Bob Dole.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
Anybody remember him?
Oh, yeah. What
Yes.
happened to him?
Right.
No, I think he just was on the news. He endorsed or didn't endorse Cruz or something like that. Or was it Dole?
But wasn't he a spokesman when Viagra
Yes,
first
he was.
came out?
Yes, he was. I mean, sexual dysfunction. I mean, erectile dysfunction.
Right.
Which is the inability or having difficulty for men to get an erection. And this is where it is totally unfair. All right, as far as I'm concerned, because
Why?
if women, because women can fake it a lot more. I mean, a man cannot fake it. You have a barometer.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
either stocks are high or stocks are low. It's like you know.
She could just be like so not into it, but act, oh yeah, oh you're amazing, oh my god, right?
Yeah, and
She
you're
could
like,
be looking at her watch the whole time, right? Yeah.
Anyway,
Been there.
so
Okay.
it's one of the most common things that I think I have in my office. Men come in the office is for having difficulty getting an erection.
Now, is it as you get older? Is it just part of aging?
Well, it is to some degree.
I mean, were we made to have sex till like the last breath?
I was.
And I'm not surprised.
Thank you. No, you listen.
Yeah, but when you were like a young teenager and up and all throughout your 20s and everything, I mean, the wind could blow and you're like,
And
woo.
yes,
Yeah, no,
and you would
seriously,
get
like,
it-
oh my
you would
God.
get hard.
Or you're just walking down.
Here-
Remember when you were a kid in high school and junior high? And
You're talking like if you know me.
Yeah, well, of course I do. Yeah, but like, yeah, but remember you'd like just be sitting in class and all of a sudden, poof.
And
you're
here's
like, what happened? Right?
Listen, nature's so amazing. I mean, young people are supposed to be. If you throw us back thousands of years, the young are supposed to reproduce. They have the
Right.
best genes, but let's demystify the erection. All right,
Okay.
an erection is nothing but blood flowing into the penis. That's it.
Okay.
All right. So, if you don't have good blood flow, you're not going to have a good erection.
So Viagra then, which was,
Or low
a
testosterone,
miracle
though,
drug.
Low testosterone can affect it to some
Okay.
degree, but low testosterone tends to affect more your stamina, and muscle.
okay.
Yeah, it's a miss. It's
So
a miss.
if you're not getting blood flow to that area, is that something to do with your heart?
It can be, but not usually. All right, the heart is the pump. Let's
Right.
assume that the pump is working fine, right, and the pump is sending it down the hose. If the hose is plugged as it gets to the other hose, then the penis is not going to get blood. No
Because
matter
on the Viagra commercials and Cialis, they always say, don't use this if you have any type of heart issue.
Well, I'll tell you
Yes.
why. I'll tell you why. Because it opens up a lot of blood vessels in other parts of your body. If you've ever tried Viagra, Renee, I don't know if you have. I have. Barbara?
No, but at
I'm going to
one
bring you
point-
one. I'm going to
at
bring you
one
one
point
next week.
I wanted to because in the 90s when it first came out, I was reading the Inquirer.
Can you bring us
and
some?
I was,
Yeah.
And I read in
Next
the
week we're going to take
Inquirer
Viagra.
All right.
that
That's
people
gonna be a fun show.
that there were people in Hollywood who were using it like a party drug, and that women were using it like a party
Well,
drug.
it increases your blood flow, so you
Is
get
it like
blood
a
flow.
popper?
It's like poppers almost, except it lasts longer. Yeah, Barbara, you're wild. Anyway, so poppers.
She's got some good stories.
She does.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
going to
yeah,
get.
yeah.
So it opens up your. This is where, if you ever saw that show with what's her name, Hart or whatever. Anyway, her husband went to get Viagra, and the doctor said, "Listen, it'll open up the blood vessels in your eyes and in your penis, so you might see a little blue." And as he's coming home and he's rushing to get into bed with her, he sees an ice cream man who's dressed in white, and he goes, "Hello, officer," because he looked blue. Anyway, so a lot of people that take Viagra, your sinuses get congested because those.
Really?
Yeah, the
They're not.
blood-
They wouldn't. I would think they would clear.
No, they won't. They get congested because they open up just like the arteries to the penis. All right, so you can take Viagra and not be excited and not have an erection. So
if women take Viagra, it's just like a rush. That's it.
well, but you know what? They say that if women take Viagra, there will be more blood to the clitoris. So their sexual experience will will just be better.
Now, what about this thing? Recently, the news was saying they're developing a Viagra for women. So is that the same thing, or is that all just BS?
No. A Viagra for women is more blood flow to the genital area, so your clitoris will be more sensitized. You'll feel. Can we say clitoris in Orange County?
We're all over. We're on the podcast.
We're everywhere.
on the
We're
internet.
everywhere.
That's right.
Clitoris.
What happened to our good, clean show? We just talked about fashion
There's
and
nothing
celebrities.
dirty
I mean,
about
my
this.
God,
There's
what's going
nothing
on
dirty
here?
about erectile dysfunction.
I think that it's very good that people talk about this because I think that for generations people suffered in silence with this.
and it's
No, it's all good. No, it is.
No,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's a huge thing. And for, let's say you're in your 40s where most men start having erectile dysfunction. Listen, if you're heavier, you have less blood flow. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because in order to get an erection, you have to be relaxed, right? And if you're stressed out about not getting an erection, the chances of you getting an erection are even lower. You know, so it gets worse and worse and worse. So I don't know if women can sympathize, but it's a big deal.
Okay, so on that same topic of sex, what about sex addiction? That seems to be all over the news as well. And now
Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some problems.
Yeah.
But now if you look at one of the things that we have a problem with in Orange County, especially in Newport Costa Mesa area, is the proliferation of rehabilitation homes, drug and alcohol rehabilitation homes. But as part of the addiction program that all these homes and these people are advertising, is sex addiction as part of that. And so they're throwing their sex addicts in there with the drug addicts and the alcoholics and whatever other addiction you have.
Yeah.
The sugar addictions,
Well,
right?
I'm not sure the sugar is
yeah.
still there.
Running around with cupcakes and
Sprinkles.
But I mean, is
sprinkles.
this a real addiction or is this just an excuse for bad behavior?
I think it's a real addiction because anything that makes you feel good or that you start associating with good times and you do repeatedly in order to get that rush is technically an addiction. And if you take it away and you go into withdrawals and you have to have it. Now, I think that it's really sex addiction and drug addiction are very closely tied, especially addiction to crystal meth and a lot of drugs that are speedy.
Well, you lose your inhibitions.
Yeah, you lose your inhibition, but it also gives you this sense of a lot of people tie sex with crystal meth, and I mean Charlie Sheen. I mean, part of his sex addiction is because of the whole thing, the whole gamish. I mean, I'm not
Well,
even.
and you do a lot of HIV research, and do you feel that the rise in HIV/AIDS is because of crystal meth in the younger people?
Yes, I think that's a very big part of it. I think. The party drugs and, when you lose those inhibitions, you don't think very clearly, so you don't take care of what you're doing. There's something now called PrEP, which is basically you can take one pill a day, and it cuts down your risk of getting HIV by 97%, which is huge. So we can debate at another time, the whole moral issue about that. But the guys that I've had on PrEP who have become HIV positive are the ones that were doing drugs and during the long weekends of partying and drugs forgot to take their pill, and got HIV, like women who forgot to take their pill and get pregnant.
Yeah.
Wow. So this pill PrEP you couldn't call it a vaccine.
It's not a vaccine.
So it's you would have to take it every day?
Every day. Yeah, it's the medication is called Truvada, and I'm not plugging it. Even though I believe that it's a good thing for people that are already in a high-risk category. You take it every day, and your risk of contracting HIV drops by 97%.
Well, but what are the side effects?
Well, the long-term side effects are potentially a little bit of decreased kidney function, and that's only in 6% of the people. I mean, that's better than catching HIV as far as I'm concerned. So,
yeah, but if you have safe sex and don't do drugs.
But if you know that you don't have safe sex,
so
and
if you're just
Yeah,
crazy
if you're a hoe.
No.
And you're cracked out of your head. And you're doing lots of drugs.
You don't have to be a
and-
hoe. You know, I'm making. You know, the fact is that what's happening out there is young people are not being safe. You know, people of our generation that knew what happened in the epidemic are more likely to have safe sex, and even our age group is not having safe sex. People are tired of safe sex. You know, they want to feel the skin. They do. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people also, because people with HIV/AIDS are living longer because of the drugs and the medication and the, I think younger people think, well, this won't kill me. You know, I can survive with
true.
this.
Yeah.
Don't you
And
think, Rene?
so,
Yeah, no, totally.
I mean, you're more in the Hollywood scene. I mean, what are you seeing?
I mean, I see that like Dr. Jorge was saying, that I think it's generational, and I think it's age groups, because I think the young kids are maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, but when you're young, you're fearless,
yeah,
right? I mean, you
totally.
think it can't happen
Yeah.
to me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to walk on the ledge, and I'm going to.
But then there are people that are in my age bracket that are still hardcore party people, and
Like who?
No, but they chase the party scene, and they're constantly going to these circuit parties and things like that, and they're doing lots of drugs, and it's no judgment on my call, but it's like it's not what I do. And but I find it's very high risk. So
Of course.
for these people that are doing those things, this PrEP drug that you're talking about is probably a really good thing for them to be doing.
Yeah.
Now, what you were saying is they've got to just make sure that they take it, and that they're not so always whacked out on their party drugs that they
Yeah, I agree. That they don't take it.
Right, because like you said, a woman with not taking
The argument that they're using against PrEP is the same argument that they used against birth control when birth control came out for women.
Mm-hmm.
If you give women birth control, they're going to have sex. Hello, they're having sex anyway.
Right.
Might as well use birth control to not get pregnant.
Right.
So the same thing with PrEP. People having unsafe sex, you might as well use this.
Now, does that cover those?
It is covered
It
by
is
insurance.
covered by
Good.
insurance?
That's great.
Yeah, the FDA, that is the one recommendation. They have approved this medication as what's called PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis.
See, now they're covering that, and why are they not covering cosmetic surgery?
Thank you.
You know
Hello.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, because cosmetic surgery doesn't
Yeah.
kill you if you don't do it.
Well,
I need a tune-up. Come on. I've got a PPO plan. Can't they do something with that? Right?
Tell them you have your nose is broken. Or what do you want done? Look at you. You don't
I
need
know.
anything
He's
done. He's like sprinkles
like
on a
Dorian
cupcake.
Gray. You know what I mean? He just hit the pause button about 15 years ago. Because I know him a long time.
Yeah, we've been buddies for a long time.
we've been buddies
now.
for a long time when I was doing Home on the Range comedy cooking show.
Yeah, you
well,
both look great.
sex is a very kind of funky subject, because I guess it is generational, and if you're comfortable talking about it, if you're not comfortable talking about it, one of my friends, Jeff Abraham, is the CEO of Promescence, and that is a premature ejaculation drug, and it's a topical spray. And they sell over $1 million a year just on Amazon with that thing. And I guess it's lidocaine based.
Yeah.
And
So
Yes.
what does that do, Dr. Jorge?
It numbs your penis. So, I mean, one of the reasons people ejaculate prematurely.
You're the doctor. I don't know.
One of the reasons ejaculate prematurely. No, I mean, it's because the penis is oversensitive. So the least amount of stimulation, boom, there
apparently
it is.
it's a really big issue, and he's one of the leading ones in that. In fact, he was on Adam Carolla podcast today talking about
Adam
it.
Carolla has premature ejaculation?
No,
Oh.
he has a podcast.
Okay.
And I can
Spread
see
that rumor.
I can see
Yeah,
that this
let's spread it around.
conversation is degenerating.
No,
as
so
we go
especially for
along.
couples that are trying to have kids to conceive.
Mm-hmm.
If the man ejaculates prematurely, that's not good. It needs to be close to the uterus. It needs to be in there.
The timing.
The timing is everything.
See, it's
Plus,
so interesting now that we have a doctor in our mix.
I know. It makes us so much smarter.
Doesn't it? I'm
know.
getting
Don't you
smarter
love
by
this?
the minute.
I'm the beef of the. What'd you call me the other day? The cake
You're the cake.
of the
the cake.
cupcake.
She says this is frosting. I'm the sprinkles.
All
Yeah.
right, that's another
And they all are
addition.
necessary to have a cupcake.
That's right.
Yes,
See?
and we love cupcakes on
Yeah.
Living Out Loud.